Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe C-Talk. Mein letztes Interview auf meiner Tour, Toronto, Vancouver, Jänner 2017. Und neben mir ist der Paul Farquharson. Er ist CEO and President for eCobalt. eCobalt sagt vielleicht noch nicht so viel jemand, aber vielleicht Formation Metals. Formation Metals war Jahre schon im Markt und das war auch die einzige Cobalt-Story, die ich gekannt habe. Und Cobalt muss ehrlicherweise sagen, viele wissen ja, ich bin nicht ein Fan von Lithium, aber ich bin ein Fan von Cobalt. Und deswegen war es für mich wichtig, zumindest eine Firma zu treffen, die sich mit dieser Materie beschäftigt, und zwar nicht nur seit gestern oder vorgestern, sondern schon seit Jahren. Und meines Erachtens ist es auch die einzige Story, die wirklich Near-Term Production ist und alle anderen sind weit entfernt. Paul, thank you to have time. I know it's late in the day and maybe you're a little bit surprised that we make an interview. But I told it in my German introduction. I know you from the former name. You was a long time ago. I like not really the lithium part of the whole stuff, but I love the cobalt part of the whole battery stuff and so on. And the reason is for me simple. First, lithium is we don't talk about lithium. We talk about cobalt.
Okay, absolutely. We can talk about cobalt.
And the good thing is, when it's come to cobalt, the only company coming to my mind was Formation Metals, now eCobalt. And you are near-term production. So I lose a little bit the story over the last one and a half year. So maybe you can fill us in what is at the moment the stage from the project, what you're doing, what you're planning.
Certainly, Joe. Well, first of all, thanks for coming into the office and talking to us here. We did a name change, Joe, about 6 or 8 months ago from Formation Metals to eCobalt Solutions. It just really was to let the public know what we were doing. Our main focus was cobalt. The project was resurrected because we now had a preliminary economic assessment out with the exchange that said we could make a cobalt salt for the battery industry at a very profitable rate. So over the last little while, that's what we've been doing, along with some metallurgical work, to be able to prove to the outside public that our ore can actually be processed into a con, hit with the reagent, go through a crystallizer, and make a product that's acceptable for the battery industry. So we've done that. On top of that, we're now doing an updated feasibility study. Brand new feasibility study, all new economics with the new prices out there. Cobalt in the last 6 months, Joe, has gone from $10 to $16.50 today, a pound, which is just incredible for us in this industry here. And it looks like it's going to increase further. The deficit situation for the demand in the electric vehicle lithium-ion battery business is incredible.
When we come now to terms, you're a far advanced project, or the most advanced cobalt project what I know in our area. So, but what is really realistic, when maybe can your project come to production?
Well, because of the amount of money that's been spent on the project, Joe, there's over $100 million spent on the project. It's fully environmentally permitted. That means we are extremely advanced. So we need to put our CAPEX funding in place. Our CAPEX funding will go into place as soon as we have our new feasibility study. The new feasibility study should be available at the end of this quarter, at the end of the first quarter. We will immediately go out and see if we can get ourselves an offtake agreement. And that will assist us with senior debt financing.
Well, how much, is there any numbers, how much CAPEX you need to bring this in production?
The CAPEX numbers that I can throw out now are roughly 147 million, and that's from our PEA. And that number is being updated in our feasibility study. And once we have that money, we can start construction immediately. And so it is a very short time frame of construction, 13 months from CAPEX to initial first production.
Wow.
Very, very short time period.
Very short. So there's no permitting issue. It's a question of money. to build it up. So coming up then, do you see some, and I know in the past was CAPEX always a big issue, is this now a problem to coming up with them, especially in this environment what we have in the whole battery industry?
I think it will probably be, it's never easy to raise money for a mine, but I think in the environment we're in now, it's very amenable for us to go out and try and raise the money now. The price of cobalt is working for us. The industry, the whole lithium-ion battery business, it's the most prominent battery out there for electric vehicles. Every lithium-ion battery requires cobalt. A year ago, we would make 20 phone calls and have one return call. Today, we're getting 20 phone calls. So, yes, it's looking very, very good for us to get our financing.
Can you say, when we come to a battery, when you say a lithium battery, how much compare, I would say, when I have 1 kilo lithium, how much kilo cobalt I need?
Well, lithium is a very light product. By weight, cobalt makes up the most of the battery. So, for example, in the NCA battery, which is the battery of choice for Tesla and Panasonic, for the new Model 3, there's about 15 kilograms of cobalt in the battery.
Wow.
So that's quite a bit. If you just take that number and extrapolate what Tesla believes they can produce for Model 3 vehicles, they will need about 7,000 tons of cobalt just for that battery.
How far you are from the Tesla Gigafab?
Well, we're just a little bit north of them. We're in Idaho. They're in Nevada, outside of Reno, Nevada, so hundreds of miles.
Is there any other advanced project, cobalt project in the U.S.?
There's absolutely no other primary cobalt deposit in the U.S., and certainly none that is as advanced as us. We are the only ones. There's only one other primary cobalt deposit in the world in production today, and that's in Morocco. So it's a very unique deposit.
Wow.
Yeah, so we are kind of really ahead of the game here. We've been working at this for many, many years. It really looks like we're in a position here where we can take advantage of this. This is a U.S. asset. The U.S. consumes cobalt. There's tremendous electric vehicle manufacturing going on in the U.S. This project needs to go into production. So we have a team here that's going to put it into production.
Great. I think, Paul, this was a really great start interview. Hopefully next time you have then you're more advanced. You have your maybe you raised the money already.
Absolutely.
Money brings me to a point. 150, I say rough 150. What do you think you can debt financing, or what do you think you must coming up equity financing?
Well, the model shows us right now, before our feasibility study, we can finance about 65% from a debt financing situation.
2/3, 1/3. So
right, and we also have other byproducts that will come out of our system other than the cobalt itself, cobalt sulfate heptahydrate. So we will do a streaming deal for our gold, which will, it's somewhere between $10 to $15 million will come in from a streaming deal on the gold. Our whole objective is to de-risk the project so we can produce the cobalt.
Paul, thank you for this interview. And next time when we see, hopefully, we know more.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Joe.
Ja, das ist, wie gesagt, das ist für mich die einzige Cobalt-Story, die ich eigentlich weiß, die irgendwie in der Nähe von der Produktion ist. Wie nahe sie der Produktion sind, habe ich selber eigentlich nicht gewusst. Also, wenn sie das Geld aufgestellt haben, dann dauert es ungefähr noch 13 Monate, bis sie in die Produktion sind. Sie sind nördlich von der Gigafab von Tesla, das heißt eigentlich im richtigen Umfeld. Es gibt kein anderes Projekt in den USA, das ihnen nur das Wasser reichen kann. Und von daher ist das eigentlich ein logischer Schluss für das Produkt selber. Was kommt jetzt noch vorher? Feasibility Study, und mit dem wollen sie das Geld raisen. 2/3 ungefähr Debt, 1/3 Equity, wobei sie auch gesagt haben, sie haben Byproducts, wie zum Beispiel eben Gold, und da können sie sich vorstellen, dass sie einen Streaming-Deal machen, das heißt, dass sie das Gold verkaufen, kriegen 15 Millionen upfront sozusagen bezahlt, und das nutzen sie dann aus ihrem Equity-Anteil. Hochspannende Story, schauen Sie nur das an. Die Aktie ist natürlich schon gelaufen, mit dem Kobaltpreis an sich selber auch, aber trotzdem ist das erst ein Beginn. Und ich habe mir mit ihm mehr oder weniger auch schon das nächste Interview ausgemacht, weil das wird nicht lange dauern. Dann haben Sie die Finanzierung und dann geht es in der Konstruktion und dann ist sozusagen die Kuh vom Eis. Ganz spannende Story, da muss man unbedingt dabei bleiben. Schauen Sie ihn an, eCobalt ist am Symbol ECO in Frankfurt. Tschüss und Baba. Das war's aus Vancouver, Jänner 2017.
Thank you very much.
You.